What is going on, everybody? We're back here with a new type of video, actually. I had this idea. I've been playing this game for a little while, and I wanted to make a video on it. I didn't know what style of video. I didn't know if I should just play the game and put it out, but I kind of wanted to do this, like, getting to know series. Just kind of give you guys a little bit of insight into the game. If you've never heard of it, we are going to be doing some gameplay. But before I jump into it, let me give you the title of the game. Today we are going to be talking about the game Duelyst. It is available for free on the Steam store, or you guys can actually go to duelyst.com and play it. But yeah, no, I've been having a lot of fun with this game. Little bit frustrating sometimes, but overall a good time. Just want to come right off the bat here and say that this is not sponsored in any way. No one's paying me to say any of this stuff. I just thought it was a pretty cool game, and I kind of wanted to start doing a little bit more of these get to know videos. Um, So yeah, Duelist. On the Steam page, it describes the game as the ultimate collectible tactics game, competitive head-to-head turn-based battles at its best. So with that being said, this game plays out kind of like a trading card game mixed with like Final Fantasy Tactics or like Fire Emblem, if you've ever played those games. Um, yeah, you kind of you make your deck, you pick your cards or whatever. You have a hero. You go into the game. Your hero's already spawned on the field, and then you can start summoning your cards with your mana and stuff like that. Um, another thing that I want to do for these videos is I'm going to read out a few reviews. These are also on the Steam page, so if you're too lazy to go to the Steam page and check out the reviews, then I will read them to you through the video here. So we have a review or a quote coming in from Gaming Age that says, "The content, cards, and gameplay is all rock solid here. Absolutely enjoying my time spent with Duelist." They gave it a 100, I'm assuming, out of 100. The other quote here is, "A gorgeous tactics card game that's simple to pick up but has significant depth, not death, depth." And they gave it an 84, and that's PC Gamer. And then we have another quote from PC Gamer. "Duelist is my favorite new card game, reinvigorated my excitement for digital card games." Again, PC Gamer. So with those being said, I'll throw in my own little review here right at the beginning. Love the game, love the art style. I do agree that it does have a lot of depth. There are some things I do disagree with how the game plays and runs, but it is fairly early into its life, so we can expect a lot more cool things coming out of this game. And it's free, guys. If you haven't checked it out and you're into trading card games, it is free. Please go check it out. It is a ton of fun. Okay, so we're going to jump in here. We're in the main menu. This is what you're going to see when you boot it up. You create your account, whatever you need to do off this start. A couple other things to mention is I have been playing this game. I got like 5-6 hours under my belt. I'm not wonderful, so I apologize if while I am playing, I do not make the perfect decisions. I'm still kind of learning myself, getting the feel of things. But yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the menu system, a little bit about what you'll see before you jump into a game, and then we will jump into a game. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to. I think I'll make a new deck with you guys as well, just because yeah, it'll be fun, and you guys can see what it's all about. So right off the bat, the menu here. One of the coolest things, one of the first things that you guys will notice is just that it's beautiful. Look at this artwork here, amazing colors. You got some animation. One thing that I found really cool is if you like move your mouse around, you can see Buddy in or like the whole mountain, not Buddy, just kind of like moves around with your mouse, which I found was super cool. Oh, I'm also noticing that you guys absolutely cannot see my mouse on the screen. Let me see if I can change that real quick. Capture cursor, okay. Oh, that's the one. Okay, now you guys can see my mouse. I apologize, but it doesn't matter too much. So, first thing off the bat, you got the title of the game. This is cool because you can actually change the artwork that you see. I'm not sure. I've played this game a ton of different times. I'm not sure if it like randomly gives you one off the start. I feel like I always start with this one here, but I was just messing around with it, changing it. So I don't know if you can just change it to what you want and then stick with that one, or if it gives you a random one every time you sign in. But they are all gorgeous. I love all of them. Underneath that, we have play. In the play menu, you see your options here. You have practice, you have your season ladder, solo challenges, and then the gauntlet, almost like a draft mode. One thing that I do want to point out about this is that one thing that I was kind of disappointed about is you can't just face players without like facing them in ranked, essentially. Like there's no just like player versus player, no ranked. It's either you're like going practice against AI or you're like facing people in ranked, which it's a little disappointed. If you wanted to just like try out a deck or something like that and see how it does against like a real opponent, you cannot do that. But I guess the practice against AIs isn't so bad, and that's what I usually jump into if I'm practicing with a deck. I mean, you could always practice it in ranked, and if you do well, then hey, I mean, you're moving up in the world. But another thing that I really enjoy is the gauntlet. A ton of fun draft mode. I believe Hearthstone has a very similar thing in their game. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I do not actually play Hearthstone regularly. I played it way back in the day when it first came out. But yeah, the gauntlet is a ton of fun. Um, yeah, so the back button's up in the top left there. Under play, we have watch here. So another cool thing that I noticed is when you mouse over it, it gives you a rundown of what each button does. So watch, we can watch top matches across each division. So we have live streams here, people live streaming it, which is pretty cool. We have replays here, so I guess this is the most recent, or is it mine? No, it's not mine. I guess this is the most recent games we can watch. Oh, yeah, okay. These are, yeah, okay. These are the replays for each division here. So, I believe I am in Division Silver, but it's cool. You can watch replays from all of the other ranks. Ooh, there's only one in S rank. I should check that out. But we will not do that now. So that's cool. If you want to get an idea of what the higher level players are doing, or what each rank is doing, maybe what the bronze ranks are doing wrong, you can watch a video and see what they do wrong, see what you would do different, or watch the S ranks and see what they're doing and kind of follow suit. But good way to learn. I like that. I like when games add that. So collection is where you're going to view your deck. This is where all the cards are. Again, I did play Hearthstone for a little bit, so right when we start out, I can pretty much tell that this is also very similar to the way Hearthstone does their stuff. But it's just a nice, clean interface, so I mean, I don't give them too much hate for that. It obviously works very well. Um, but yeah, so when you're gonna make a new deck, you get to pick your hero who you want to go with. Each hero has a different ability, which is pretty cool. Um, yeah, so we'll get into this a little bit later. We'll go ahead and actually make a deck here. But yeah, so you get to pick your abilities. If you notice that there seems like a weird number of champions, or some people have like the same sort of color scheme, that's because they are both from the same factions. It's just that once you hit level 10 with the character, so say if I was playing this guy here, by the way, I'm going to try and avoid pronouncing anybody's name because I will absolutely butcher it. But if you were going to play this guy here, if I got this guy to level 10, I would unlock another guy from the same faction with different abilities to play as. So it's cool. You kind of get to work towards something. But yes, underneath collection, we have mystery crates. I've only opened the common crate. I have not gotten any rare epics or boss crate. So I have no idea what those guys are going to give you. I'm sure if you click on one, it gives you a rundown of what you're getting. Yeah, so you do get quite a few stuff, which is pretty cool. But the one thing, and this is one of the few things that I actually really do not like about the game, is for a common crate, you need to get a key for your common crate. Which, if you want to get a key, you can see that it is $2 USD for each crate. But the only problem I have with that is you get 2 cosmetic items and 1 prismatic card for $2. For 2 cosmetic items and a card is pretty bad deal, I would say. Like, that is not that good to me. I remember back in the day, like, playing Magic, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It was like $5 maybe for like an entire pack of cards. This is a digital game, so you're not even getting anything physical, and you get 1 card out of the crates for $2. That being said, you can also get the keys from doing quests, but you have to perform 15 quests. You have to complete 15 quests within the month to get 1 key crate, which is kind of ridiculous for me. They do give you a daily free card, which I did already pick up, which is pretty awesome actually, so I have to commend them for that. But the idea of opening these crates just seem like a huge waste of money to me. I wonder how much the keys are for these epic crates. Is it the same? Maybe you don't need a key for them. Maybe you can just open them. I don't know. But 5 cosmetics and 2 cards, I mean, that's a little better, but still, man, this is crazy. 1 card, 4 cosmetics. Yeah, I guess these are mainly for the cosmetics, I would assume, reading these. I guess the orbs are really where you get your cards from. So going to the codex is a cool thing. I haven't really dived too deep into this, but the codex is cool because it's essentially like all the lore behind the game. I'm kind of one of those guys that I like lores if they're like super interesting and I can get behind them, but for a game like this, I'm kind of more into just wrecking people online, and there is a lot to watch here. But as you can see, if we start the first one up, it's kind of like you can follow along, which is pretty cool, and they have pretty good voice acting, if I do say so myself. So it gives you a rundown of everything that's going on, which is super cool. I am not going to watch through this, but I believe all of them do have the voice acting, which I find super cool that they would put that kind of work into it. And again, the artwork is always super cool here. This, in my opinion, is a little bit low res, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. I love their art style here. Other than Codex, we have a few other things. The Spirit Orbs are kind of like your packs of cards. I have 0 Spirit Orbs right now. Don't judge me. You can get more Spirit Orbs. I could buy one. Yeah, I'll buy one. I'll give you guys the rundown. 100 gold here. Picked one up. So the Spirit Orbs, you just throw them in this guy. Again, the animations are quite cool. I couldn't not use that card, which is a little disappointing, but yeah, so you get these little gems here, and then you just click on the gems. Gotta open the best one last. Okay. And then we'll open this dude. Not that good. Destroy any minion damaged by this minion. Okay, that's actually not bad. That's pretty good. But as you can see, this is where you're getting most of your cards from, so you can get them for 100 gold. I had 185 gold. You do get gold pretty slowly. If you're winning a lot, then I do believe they give you like 20 gold bonuses and stuff like that if you get on a winning streak and all that. But it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest to build up cards. So do be patient. I mean, so I faced people with decks that it kind of seemed like they just blew a bunch of money on like the best deck and they just absolutely obliterated me. But you can absolutely get by without spending real money. Down at the bottom, again, this is your gold. You can use it to buy spirit orbs, or it does actually cost money to join the gauntlet. I believe it's 150 gold, so you can save up and run gauntlets. Quests, these are your quests. Again, 15 of them gets you a key, so do the quest, and then you also get the number in the middle of gold if you complete the quest. So if you complete this one, you get 25 gold, which is pretty cool as well. Okay, let's profile. Haven't really looked at this all that much. You guys can see my name, whatever. You guys can see your faction levels, so I'm not doing too bad. I might make an Abyssian actually, get that to level 6 though. But yeah, so profile will tell you some stuff. Ranked history. Again, I am in silver. Try not to judge. Armory is where you're buying stuff. This is like the little shops you can buy orbs and shit like that. Spirit orbs, emotes, profile icons, tons of stuff. General skins, you can buy new skins for them. This is pretty cool. I see some cool ones in here. This kind of shows you guys what all of the generals look like as well. So this is all of the possible ones that you can unlock, which is pretty neat. So you can either use Spirit to get them. Again, I honestly am not sure how you get Spirit. I've accumulated some over time, but as you can see, I've been playing for like 5-6 hours, and I have 130, and you need 3,000 for one of these. You can also get new maps as well, which is pretty freaking cool because all of these look gorgeous, and you guys will see when we join the game that the stages that they already have are pretty cool as well. Some bundles, yeah, you can buy some like bundles that come with stuff, all 5 emotes and everything like that. Yeah, gift codes, help and support. All that stuff is there. Settings, not too much to pick apart here. Pretty basic stuff. I mean, this isn't the most graphically intensive game, so it doesn't need to be crazy. Most of you guys should be able to max it out. And then friends online, you can see your friends and all that, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and make a deck. I know I've been talking forever. Let's go ahead and make a deck and see what we can do. I have an Abyssian one. Garbage. It's going. It's going in the garbage. We starting fresh. I'm feeling it. Okay, so I select my hero, or my champion, or general, or captain, or god, whatever you want to call it. And now we're just going to kind of build a deck. So you can see there's different pages here. Up at the top, you see that there are faction-specific creatures. So this Abyssal Crawler here would not be available if you chose somebody from the other factions. You can only choose the Abyssian ones and then the neutral ones. And as you can see over here, it'll count how many units, spells, and artifacts you have, how much mana each of those cost, and then it'll count up. The decks are 40 cards. You cannot play with any less than 40, and you cannot go over 40. And yeah, there's a couple. You don't have the most amount of faction-specific cards, but they do give you a good idea, in my opinion, of how they kind of expect you to play your general. Like, just reading at some of these, you can tell that this deck is all about summoning the Wraithlings, or getting kind of like a mass army going, or going for the Shadow Creep, which essentially turns a square into a little patch of spikes that will damage the enemy if you end your turn while they're standing on it. But yes, so we're going to jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and make a deck. I'll try and talk about the mindset that I'm going into making the deck. But honestly, I'm just going to try and get everything to be on the same page. So I think I'm going to go more for the summoning of the Wraithlings nearby the general. I'm just going to go for the mass army. So I'm going to go 3 of these guys. Don't need that. 2 damage, yes. Give nearby enemy -2 attack. That'll be fine. Deal 1 damage and teleport. That's good. Double damage, nah. 1/1 Wraithling, let's do it. Dying Wish resummon. Oh yeah, what? That's actually kind of OP. Give all friendly minions +2 attack. I'll do it. +2 attack whenever you destroys an enemy minion. Restore 2 health. I'll take it. Destroy nearby enemy minion with 2 or less attack. Sure. +5 attack. Oh, that's kind of crazy as well. Death Wish. So this is a kind of like the base of this deck, in my opinion. Obviously, there's cards that's just like, destroy everything, which are kind of bullshit. In my opinion, I'm not a fan of cards that are just like, destroy stuff, because... But we're... we're gonna go for this guy, kind of just buffing this. So if we can kind of just create this mass of like 1/1 little motherfuckers, then this guy will just kind of like sit off to the side, just getting 1/1s every time something dies. As you can see to the right here, it says Death Wish triggers effect whenever any minion dies. So if their minion dies or my minion dies, we get +1s, boys. Shadow Creep, don't care. Summon a Wraithling on a random nearby space, we'll take it. Troy friendly minions around it and gain +2. Yes, this is good as well. You're going to want that. Troy enemy minion and summon 1/1 Wraithling on that. That's OP. Summon a random minion from opponent's deck on this space. I mean, I guess. I don't... Sure. What do we have? 32 cards? Yes, I want that as well. Anything with Death Wish is pretty dope. So now we're into the neutral cards, as you guys can see up here. I have a few neutral cards that I prefer to have in my deck just because I find them helpful. If you guys, I'm going to kind of finish up here, so if you guys want to read any of the abilities or take a look at the artwork a little bit more, feel free to pause the video. I'm going for the Saber Spine Tiger because Rush is pretty OP. And then I also need a few higher hitting guys. And I'm feeling this. And then Dying Wish draw card. I'm feeling this, but I'm not sure. Ranged, maybe? Ranged is pretty good. I'll take the ranged. And then we got the super high hitters. Provoke is good. Okay, cool. Cool. We're doing that. I have no idea how it'll go, but bada boom. That's our deck. Yes. Okay, so we got the deck. We're going play. I promised you guys ranked, so we'll do ranked. Abyssian. Let's go. We'll get into the gameplay. Hopefully it doesn't take super long to find a game. Oh my god, people, everybody's playing for honor. Okay, so at the start of your hand, you get to choose your starting hand. You can replace up to 2 cards. So normally what I like to do is kind of replace the cards that have high mana cost that I don't think I'll need. This deck is actually not too bad, so... Oh my god. Okay, give all friendly minions +2 attack this turn. I feel like I won't need that. Keep in mind that this does not, like, get rid of the card. Like, you don't permanently lose this. It just gets shuffled back into your deck. So I just don't feel like I need that right now. And then same with this guy. I'm not feeling... And I get the same card back. That is actually one complaint that I do have. That happens far too often, in my opinion, for this to be, like, RNG. Great, so he played a card, Opening Gambit, triggers when summoned from the action bar, deal 3 damage to both generals. So one thing you're going to notice right off the bat is the 2 faces up at the top. We're both playing the same character, obviously. You can see, I can tell that they have no mana out of 2. 2 is their maximum, but they used it all, and they have 5 cards in their hand. I have 3 mana here, and I have, my deck is down here, so I have 34 cards left. Each of the generals have their own Bloodborne spell. You could see in the menu when we were making the deck that it tells you each general's Bloodborne spell, but mine is summon 2 Wraithlings nearby your general. So I'm going to go ahead and replace. You can replace 1 card per turn, which is pretty cool, actually. It does come in handy. I'm going to go ahead and get some summons out. Oh my god, what is going on? Oh, yo, what? That's actually sick. I didn't even know it worked like that. Okay, so I got 3 guys on the field right now. But yeah, so you can also, you see the attack and defense. The defense is essentially the health. It does not come back at the end of each turn. But you can heal your health up with certain things. Oh, he's attacking me. That's smart. I respect that. Wow, fuck off. Okay, so I kind of like to play in the sense that I like don't want them to amass too much. Ooh. Now I'm gonna summon this. Yeah, so I don't like when people start getting too much stuff on the field, so I tend to go for the creature kills over the hero damage. But I mean, obviously, if you're up in health, then go for the hero damage. There's also a few other things to mention. Is that off the bat, your hero ability is on a timer, and also some of the abilities take like two turns to refresh. Oh, is it still? Oops, my mistake. They do take a couple turns to refresh if you do use them. There's a battle log here, so if somebody does something that just like fucks up all of your creatures, and you're like, what do you even use? You could come over here and take a look, which I also find useful. A couple of things to point out, just like little housekeeping things almost, is just like the little animations that go on, like the little clouds going by. I love how each card has its own little animation, and when you mouse over it, it does like a little quicker animation. I find that pretty cool. Ooh, I don't even know what I want to do. I think I'm gonna kill this guy. Throw that on. Throw that on. Come here. Attack. And then we're gonna summon. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I dig it. Ooh. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, bad. Oh, well, that's no fun. Well, that's no fun. Okay, we're gonna back right up. Ooh, I don't know what I want to do. Actually, yeah, that's not too bad of an idea. Not gonna use this again. Let's go! So honestly, there's not too much else to talk about. It's just a really enjoyable game. I've been having a lot of fun with it. There is a lot of depth. Like you kind of have to decide like when you're gonna use what, if you want to replace a card, because there's like honestly like there's a really good chance that ooh summon two Wraithings. Nah, don't block the path. Don't block the path. Oh, it's game. It's game. That's dope. Okay. I don't need to do any of this, but I'm going for the overkill. It wasn't the overkill actually, but that's it. We win. I don't know. Should we play another game? We can play another game. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much it. Honestly, I'll play another game. I don't know if I'm going to be talking too much through it. Probably not. But if you guys want to get an idea of what a different general looks like, I think I'm going to be playing with a different general. I think I'm going to use my Vitruvian here. So yeah, that's about it. I'm done talking. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys check it out. It is a free game on Steam. Check it out, guys. And hopefully we'll meet up on the battlefield. All right? You guys have a good one. Take care.